Ochono digo, rush note. She maganing is stag, mash down on Tangigamink. Mama, but me my own chat. My name is Agnes Cabot. My dad is from Sin River, and my mother is from Stangigamink. That's where I'm living now, in my mother's birthplace. I didn't go to school. I didn't go to residential school. I hate school after. I never did go to school anywhere. I never lost anything, my language or my culture. What else?
So, to your knowledge, how was justice traditionally addressed in communities?
Well, it used to be, there was no alcohol or drugs or any violent. The parents used to teach their kids everything. And there's the basics in life. Now they lost all in the parenting skills in the residential school, so I didn't lose that. I have 7 children. I got 17 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. I taught them all that I was taught when I was growing up. I got 3 boys and 4 girls. They got their own families. I live in Stangie. I do all my crafts. What they used to tell me about the justice when somebody doing wrong is they used to put them in the island with an old people, old couple, to look after that person that was doing wrong. There wasn't very much wrong things doing at that time. There was no drinking or no. Everything was just in the bush. They didn't have no place to go, no cities going on. Cities, they stayed in them. On their own places and people. There was no reserves either. They could go all over wherever they want to go, wherever they want to live. Take their own families, keep their own family line. Like. That's the way they used to be. Now everything's all different. That's why it changes too. When something going wrong, they put them in jail right away. They have no chance to say whatever they explain. That's why so many kids are in jail. I try to help kids. I go to those youth councils all over Toronto, Winnipeg, as far as I could go. They want me to go explain to the facts of life now, how they change in all those years. It rapidly changes every year. Now they try to go back to that. I don't know. I'm 80 years old. I know all that stuff, to watching, study all that. The environment change along with them. I don't know, they're going more and more violent, and all the people, not only the kids. They lost everything, that's why. They lost everything on those parenting skills. They don't know what, they don't follow their. They came back different form. All those traditional stuff they used to have. Even the dances, all the powwows. Even the language, you can't even understand their writing. Schnabby language today. Although what long. It used to be just understand your words on your. No, I can't understand your writing. Everything's like that. But I don't know how you're gonna try to change that. Just the system. You have to learn all about what they're doing today. Why are they in there? How did they start? Why they doing it? You know, the young people. I don't understand them. Even my kids, they listen to me, but that's on my in-laws' way. That's what they changes them. But I talk to my daughter-in-laws, get them going what I know. Kena, I try to help everybody that's young. I'm only one person try to do that. Try to remember all that stuff what I was taught when I was growing up. I had a good life, 40, 80 years. I was living in the bush all my life, doing all the things I was supposed to be doing. And that's what I taught my kids to follow me what I'm teaching them. That's the ones I raised. I raised some of my grandchildren. I don't know if anybody else do that. To remember all that stuff. If you put somebody in the island nowadays, they won't survive. Or they all try to swim out or something. Yeah.
Each year we could go to Migo.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about to win.
Mm-hmm.
And then guys check out me the singing doggy. I jaug. Irish minute maga ja. Das he's been to Belgium yet. But not to Belgium yet. I'm just asking her, a little more about
They put them
when they
in
put them out on the island for some sort of wrongdoing.
Yeah.
How that actually worked, like how long they were there.
Oh, about a
if
month.
they were allowed to come back. So if she would talk on that, I asked her to do that.
And they usually leave them about a month. And they come back, they keep track of what he's doing back to wherever they live. That, like I said, there was no reserves. They only keep that person in their own family. What he was doing, why they put him in there. They let them come back and talk to him, counseling him constantly, every day. So not to do that again, whatever he did. That's the way they used to be. That's why the clan system was working. That's what it was. How they could control their families. Clan system. No, they don't do that anymore. The clan system is, they don't make them. You were born with them on your family, on your dad's side, all the way through. And if your dad don't know his clan or remember it, you go follow your grandmother side. That's the way they used to do that. That's how they keep track of everybody, every person in the community or whatever. The clan it helps you. It works for you. Like my Muskrat clan is always there. A spirit. All through my life. I don't change it, I don't do anything with it. That's how it controls you. What you're asking me about how did they do, why they come back, that person from the island, that's how they do. Talk to them, teach them, so you could understand not to do that again. You don't understand? Oh, yeah, you're understanding me
yeah.
what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say?
Yeah, for
But I
sure.
don't have education.
No, yeah, for sure. So, can you think of like an actual example of a wrongdoing or something that someone had done and how it was handled in, like with the community or with family or elders or whoever?
Yeah, the family and elders. There used to be a lot of elders one time that help. You don't have to relate it to them. They come and talk to you. Not only one. They don't do that today. To
They
help.
used to have multiple elders that would come and talk.
Yeah. Not only same person, they keep that person that was in the island before. No, they're all kinds of old people. Understand. Try to make them understand.
Okay. And do you think that any of these past practices that were used to kind of confront these conflicts would be beneficial in the current day justice system to for urban Indigenous people nowadays, as opposed to generations ago, and how some of those practices were used and how they worked? Can you think of any of those past traditional practices, how that might be able to be implemented in the urban Indigenous peoples?
Yeah, they could. Yeah, like I said, they were teaching them, talking to them every day, counseling, like what they do when you go. Counseling, when you want to feel good or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what they used to do to them. Plus, they used the medicine on them.
Okay.
They all had lots of medicines to help you heal or whatever happening to you. They use medicines from the bush.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get them from the drugstore or anything.
Yeah. Traditional medicines.
Traditional medicine, yeah. That helps them too. If you keep your mind on straight. After they could do that too right now if they understand what it is. Eh?
Men det går ju in i igen.
Ja, mi går ju gå. Ja.
Ja, okej. Zat şu gabet til batch mun gishme.
Ja. Ja, biestikin open hoikki. Taikka nuunaa mitsi kaittamaan oikein nukkuisi ukemaan keenan. Ich bin schon at the end of the parents or the whole family like that, you know. Yeah, the mastigate on Johnson. Yeah, when somebody doing wrong, everybody affected, all the whole family, or the people you doing it wrong to. Everybody gets affected when you going to court or whatever they do nowadays. That's one thing I never went. Court or jail or whatever.
I guess the other thing she's saying that they're incorporated, some traditional ways. They would do smudging at a lot of these, I don't know what you'd even call them, meetings, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna say that.
Yeah, he's also
She
told me.
agrees that was like a gathering or a meeting and
Yeah,
to
that's
deal
right.
with an offender, and they would incorporate the smudging, which was good to try and cleanse everybody. That was
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well. What else is there now?
Got 98 more questions for you.
Oh. Ja, det.
Kin beskriver inga notchdomen. Kin go ag avondan. Kai piece of chain.
Mm-hmm.
You must get to it.
Yeah.
Me, not so long, 'cause it's just watching.
Oh.
Yeah. I just asked her like her personal experience or what she's seen or what she's been involved in. If she could talk about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was watching all those people. The one that goes to jail. I try to help them when they come back. But the other people are more. They turn against that person that comes back from the jail or wherever he was. They don't work that way anymore the way they used to. Eh? But how are we gonna do that? Just recently, my daughter-in-law, they tried to put her in jail. But they couldn't prove it. They were lying about it. Eh? And the whole reserve was against her. And now I live in it. I live in that reserve where they were doing that to her. But I got medicine for that. When somebody goes to jail for nothing, eh? So I helped her. I was singing in the courthouse. Not loud, but what my grandfather, why he gave me that medicine to help out somebody. Eh? It came true. They let her go just like that. They were telling those other people they were lying about what they were trying to do to her. Like I said, you used to use Indian medicine. Eh? That's what I tried on my daughter-in-law when they put her in court. I tried that medicine what they gave me a long time ago. It works. Our medicines work as Anishinaabe people. If you follow that, if you want to help people. That's what happened to her. They let her go and it's not in the record. They just threw it out the court after I did that. It's amazing how it works, all that stuff. Eh? What the Anishinaabe people used to have, well, they must still have it somehow, some of them. Yeah. It's good though, to know that, how you do that. You have to have an Indian name when you want to do something like that though. So the spirit will understand what you're trying to do and then they help you. That's the reason why everybody had an Indian name, Anishinaabe name. It helps Anishinaabe people like that. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things to learn in life. I name all my grandchildren so they won't be stuck with that and make sure they know their clans. Huh? The clan system, that's what that help you. Like I said, they have to have an Indian name in a clan. The spirits help you. That clan, whoever your clan is. What is your clan is?
West Sea?
Oh, it's and Water Clan, huh?
Yeah, Bullhead Clan.
Let's see here. That's what it helps. Maybe that's why we had it to begin with, to control why the spirits listen to us.
So, do you have an example or an experience, or can you recall what happened to someone who did a really, really bad crime, like the worst crime, like murder or um, something such as that, and what would happen to them in the community traditionally generations ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my grandfather, he was in jail for a while because he killed 6. That happens at Scene River, by Scene River Bridge. That's the first time they had that alcohol. They never used to let Indians drink, eh? When they came on, let the drinking. Those 6 guys used to come into their place, my grandma and grandpa. They get them drunk. And rape his wife, watching him. He couldn't get up, eh? He had too much alcohol in him. He knew what was going on, but watching his wife getting raped by those 6 guys. They usually come there every weekend, I guess, in that. So one time, waiting for them to show up, had his gun. One by one, he shoot them off the boat. One, he left on so he could go and tell the people. Went back. Sure enough, the cops, RCMP, they used to be RCMP only. He came and got him. So he told what happened. They put him in jail for a while there. And they told him not to drink after. They told him not to go around the reserves or go close to people anymore. Just go live all by himself somewhere. They didn't put him in jail for a long time. Because that's what he used, that medicine I was talking about. To get out of that jail. So he lived to be 96. He was always living in his trap line. But he didn't go talk to anybody or go and see anybody. Let's see, he was following that. He didn't have to be in the island, so he was following that traditional ways of doing things. So he was all living over there by himself. We used to go see him, living with him.
And how were things like that handled prior to, you know, colonization and the jail system and the court system and stuff like that? Before all of that was in place, how was something like that handled as a community?
Community?
Yeah.
No, he didn't go there like it. They were against him for a while, but they all died now after that. Yeah, they were all white people that he killed, eh? No, they used to tell us all that stuff, to watch. Watch for the white people to do something to us, all that stuff. We learned from it, all the whole family. Eh? He had a brother and he had his kids, him too. They each had 10 kids. There were 10 of us from my dad. So we all learned from that. Not to do that or not to ever hurt anybody like that. So that's...
Did he come back to the community, or was he allowed to come back?
Oh yeah, he was there, yeah. But he wanted to get out by himself, like. He wanted to live out there. Didn't want to see anybody. Didn't want to drink anymore either. Yeah. Some people, well, 3 days, that's the only time he goes and to go and get his 3D, that's it. That's the only time he comes to the reserve in Scene River. And then go back. That's the way they are. There used to be a lot of that going on in the reserve. Killing those white people. I don't know why they do that. They didn't send him away to prison or anything. Spencers, Johnsons. They were the ones that killing those trappers. Oh. Maybe that's why they are like the way they are today. Always end up in jail.
We nashu we kijandan we marcha.
We knew matcha.
Just clarifying a question I had in my mind. Like her grandfather, just after all this happened, he decided to live in the bush. We not
His wife, so
yeah, just him and his wife.
yeah.
And it was like a self-exile. It wasn't anything that was imposed on him by the community. But he did come back, maybe just on Treaty Day.
Yeah.
His $5.
Yeah,
The
that's
only
so
time
true.
that he would come back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
And he lived the rest of his life in the bush.
Yeah. So he was, well, he was living on a reserve, but not away from the village. He goes, we talk to people every once in a while. Well, that's just on his mind, I guess, not to bother anybody. So he don't want to get himself in trouble again. That's the only thing that happened to them. Oh, there's another one there, my nephew. But they don't know. They didn't prove it. But still, they sent him to prison in Winnipeg. The same thing again, alcohol was involved. When he woke up, all the blood was just like somebody rubbing it on him. Doesn't remember. There was a girl died there. I don't know. He was in jail for 3 years, I guess. That's that new system they have now. Couldn't say anything. They just threw him in there and forget about him. That's it. Nobody tried to help him out or anything. He came, but they don't let him come back now, though. He goes and see the kids. No, he lives in Winnipeg. Don't remember what happened. Couldn't prove anything. So many of them are like that, though. Young kids. They get thrown in jail, they can't do nothing, they can't say anything, they can't prove what they do.
I'm just going to ask her a question, and you know what, she may not want to talk about it, or maybe she's been told that this is something that we shouldn't talk about, but I'm going to ask her. We can't even done it, Jesus. Can't sit back to us. Come and watch it back to see and then
Goshin the mind is chigetta, which is hitto, and then Kish chigit kino more, we cannot margo spirits.
No, I just asked her, you know, like one of our traditional ways is a shaking tent ceremony. And you can go there, I guess, for guidance. Okay?
Yeah.
Trying to find out what to do about something. And she just told me, yeah, she's seen that, and she'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
done.
that's what they use when they get stuck with something. Snobby people, they still do that. The spirits tell you what to do, what you should be doing to apologize to the person you damaged. That's why my grandfather stay away from the people. That's what he was doing, try to apologize to the people that he hurt and all that stuff. He had his own shaking tension. Yeah, when you do that, when you go to shaking tent, it tells you right away. You don't just say, I guess, I don't know. They just tell you the right straight what to do. Yeah. It really helps. If you follow the Indian ways, you'll be amazed what help you. Because all the way around they see us, watch us every day. The spirits, especially the four directions, up above and down below. They watch us. I know that they watch us. They watch me anyway, where I go, wherever I do. Yeah, so they are. We would have been doing good if there was no Europeans coming to our country. They tried to wipe us out. But they can't. We keep on coming. A lot of new babies born every year, every day almost. And they couldn't. Yeah, all my family are gone. They went to residential school. They all died violently. Drinking. I didn't do that. I didn't know what it's all about, residential school. Did you go to residential?
Kai,
Oh,
gick ook, mamma det.
yeah, you can't go in.
Ja,
They're hiding me. That's something that happened to us. The way we are today. I wonder if we'll ever be all right. You think so?
det ska man kunna säga.
Yeah.
Min seminar, good thing. Den är
They say that the sleeping giant or waking up. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Maybe they'll turn back to what we were before. I wish they could turn back. They are strong people, snobby people. They listen to them. The spirits listen to them. Listen to us. There used to be a lot of culture to follow. Maybe you remember them dances. Sagimajoin, Yittinshnabin, Yittin. Today they only got one, that's power, all mixed into one, all those Mitiyun and all that stuff. Part of it is square dance, all that stuff it goes into one now at power. Not the way it used to be. But it still works for them, I guess, so I know that. But they used to have a lot of them. They used to call different things. And they only had that Mitewin, but I don't know about that me. My mother was a Mitewin. woman. But she never talk about it or never had her own medicine. She had a lot of medicine. Just to hang it up on a tree, tie it up in a tree so we won't bother it, the skids. That's how strong it was before. Let me tell you. No, they will talk about every person that introduced themselves. That's what they say. I'm dead, I have 60 degrees or whatever. Maybe that's what it shouldn't say that when they introduce themselves. It's like they make fun of it. Huh? That's what I see when the people introduce themselves. That's what they see. Everybody's different, really, all the way along the line. Like, my brother was married to somebody in Nova Scotia. That's where the kids are. He's had 7 kids, eh? So I go over there once in a while. And my son lives in Saskatoon. So I had to go try to teach those kids over there too. Like a group of kids, youth. They all have different ways in that area. Same with Nova Scotia, they have different ways of doing things. They ask me all kinds of stuff. What should they do? And I don't know. I didn't want to change them or anything. But they follow the same way, I guess, and what they wanted to know. We are a lot of people and different ways of doing things, even in the tree area. Every reserve is. I sit on that executive elder and that tree. I go all over those reserves. Mm-hmm. They got different ways of saying things and doing things. I listen to them. Mm-hmm. I start off as a woman council. I was there I'm still there, 35 years now. Women council, youth council. Sit with the youth council. I'm still in the youth, an executive elder. I gotta go to the States next week, 4 days. I go like that every 4 days whenever they want me to do. I go all over these 28 reserves. It helps, same way, but different. Even saying something, they different a little bit there and there and there. You understand? I understand them. Just different ways of seeing things. Well, that's why they were just like a family. They got different. I think there was only 11 clans. You can't change them. That's what keeps them in line. Like when they make a chief, for example, you gotta follow the same clan all the way. If your chief is too old, you have to get a different guy, the same clan, like that. That's how they keep track of each other. All those people, they come from all over. They found them each other that they got the same clan. Like that. You're not supposed to marry a water clan if you're land clan. If you do that, that's how people get mixed up. Well, they don't know what their clans are nowadays. So, yeah. I think that's the thing too that makes them up nowadays. because they don't know their clan, and they get mixed up with their own clan.
Even the show Kimaschiget, when in this card, Kimin Sitoat, he took, when in this which clan he can't.
Mikä kun nää besi kun iske ma ske clan ye no wassi. Ske chöte wassi öti tai. Ita nande kenda ita kikki mige mage. Me go ka je say one okay, that's how they keep themselves in line. That system. Yeah.
Okay, I just asked her to, like who was within that clan system, who was responsible for, I guess, administrating justice or any kind of a penalty or a sanction that was imposed. And as she knows that it was handled within your clan system. She used me as an example, like I am like a Bullhead clan, but actually Fish clan. So it could be anybody from that Fish clan. They would deal with me, and then they would decide,
What to deal with it.
It was within, would be dealt with within my clan, not the other clans.
No. If you really wanted to know about yourself, how you gonna get help, you go to a shaking tent. They even help you, your name or your clan.
Okay.
They give it to you if you really want to follow the traditional ways. Even the language, they'll help you. Spirits, if you believe in them only, you gotta believe in them, to help you.
Yeah.
In return, they'll help you everything. That's what they do it nowadays if they wanted to have an Indian name or the clan. Understand?
I do.
Yeah.
I don't have any more questions. Do you have any more questions?
No.
Anybody else?
Going once?
I don't have any more questions, but I guess maybe just to turn it over to you if there's any last thoughts that you want to share, anything you feel like you didn't say that you'd like to say.
I'm gonna sure. I think that's about all I could say. Till next time. Taga mi siya bisa.
Any questions?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yes.